This is Carolyn McCardle, public address announcer for your San Francisco Giants, and you're listening to Forever SF Giants.
That song's growing on me a little bit, but hey, what's up? It's Schmitty and Christian with an episode of Forever SF Giants, and we just beat the Mets, took 2 out of 3, headed to Pittsburgh. Whisenhunt got his first career win. Verlander ran over and said, dude, we're tied for wins this season. Congrats. And the rest is history. There's been some big moves made. Christian is back from the desert, and away we go. What's up, Robbie?
Yeah, Robbie's here. Dude, my legs are killing me.
Really?
Well, I got set up with this all this physical therapy I got to do, and like I went in the other day, and it was no big deal. I went through the whole round of exercises, and the girl's like, oh, yeah, great. Dude, 2 days later, my quads feel like there's like nails through them. But it's all for good, you know. Eventually it'll be good. It's gnarly when your knees are that bad. You get weak, you know. So what do you got there? Yeah.
This guy's a dude.
He's a dude. That was a dude proportion home run today. Woo-wee.
How's that Giants offense today? 12-3, kids.
Yeah, they traded a 12-run barrage with Mets had one yesterday. The Giants had one today. But the big thing is a series win, because coming out of the darkest, dankest last couple of weeks of July, it was looking grim. It was so grim we didn't even get on to do a live stream or a wrap or anything. It was that bad. However, the trade deadline has come and gone. Whisenhunt's got his first win in 2 starts. They are 2-0 with Grant McCray in the starting lineup.
Undefeated with Grant as a starter.
And you know, the biggest thing to put stock in is like, look, you know, the trade deadline came and went. Everybody was all pissed off and bummed out when 3 o'clock straight up, and the Giants appeared to have not done much. However, you know, look, the things were getting so bad, it looked like, it might not be a big buy. And you know, the team is fine as constructed, I think. I mean, look, today they played real good baseball. That 2-out rally was insane. You know, haven't seen one of those in a long time. And just seeing like Jung-Hoo Lee seems to be coming back, which is great, you know.
Well, they've been saying all year, offense is contagious, and if nobody's got the flu, we're all well. And this team has not hit all year as a combined force, and that's what we've all been saying is once these guys click and they all play to their potential, we will see baseball that we haven't seen yet. This will be the pinnacle of their season, and whether that's August and September or not at all, that is what we have to look forward to going into the final days. And I think it is not over by a long shot. I think the Giants probably don't make the playoffs. I still think they end up with 85 or 86 wins, whatever I said. I'm sticking to those guns. I think they're going to climb gradually above 500 and stay up there. We got the Pirates and the Nationals for the next 6 games. They've got to take 4 out of those 6 minimum, but hopefully more so. Anthony Merkovich is in the house. I've been doing lots, guys, and it's all under the term baseball. I went up to Sacramento for 10 hours yesterday of Bonanza A's versus Diamondbacks. I got some Diamondback autographs. We did some weirdness behind home plate, and we got lots of free food, and it was just super cool. The weather was shorts and t-shirt all night. I ran into a senior and got to finally meet him in person, so didn't really have time to do too much as far as like hyping this up, but there was a senior sighting last night, and that was sick. That was our first meeting ever, and dude is fucking rad. He's out there with his kid, and so me and senior are like right at first base, and his kid's in the outfield, and he's like, look at that, he just caught another home run. Like, he's got his glove, he's just running around out there for batting practice. It was sick. And then yeah, I mean, he's right. The night games where you're just in a shirt and shorts, like Arizona style for spring training, it's awesome. And my joints didn't hurt and all that. Yeah. Then this morning, my wife's like, hey, do you want to go to San Jose to the single A game? Because she had never been and she's been wanting to go. And I was like, I don't know, it's a lot of baseball. Do you want to do something else? And she's like, no, let's do it. And I was like, I mean, you don't have to ask me twice. So we went down there. I got to see Dakota Jordan's back, and the new kid from Arizona League. They just brought him up, Johnny Lavelle. He's playing shortstop. He's a little kid, man. He's little, but he's fast, and apparently he's got a lot of tools, and they're hoping his future's bright. So that was fun. I saw Robbie Dizzle down there. He's the mayor. He's the mayor of the San Jose Giants Stadium. Everyone knows him. I don't know. It was a great environment regardless. And nice. Here's my challenge to Northern California, because I wouldn't go anywhere else than Northern California for this. But if you can find me a better churro than the Churro Man's churro at the San Jose Giants game, I'll give you $20. It's not possible.
$20 churro got to be pretty good.
No, it's a $5 churro, but it's the best churro made. Right. I'm guaranteed there's not a better churro.
Right, but if somebody does set you up with a better churro, it's going to cost you $20 plus the cost of the churro. Oh man,
that's how confident it's not going to happen.
Yeah. So, look, Casey Schmidt. I mean, damn, man, that home run today was a wall scraper, but kid's been showing some power. I mean, every ball he hits, the exit velocity is well over 100 miles an hour. You know, he's playing a fairly respectable second base. It's all good, man. Like, kind of forgotten about Fitzgerald a little bit. You know, not that that's a problem, but I like what Casey's been doing. You know.
Yeah, I think Casey's great. And I mean, he's got that awesome arm from playing third base that, you know, you see some things that you kind of take for granted, but when he takes the double play at second and throws to first on these close ones, some of the other second basemen might not get that runner in time, where he's got like 106 mile an hour throw to first. Like, he's got one. I think Ellie De La Cruz and O'Neill Cruz are the only two people that throw the ball harder than Casey Schmidt when he first came up, the velocity out of his arm, whatever was measured. So he's got a cannon over there. My only complaint with Casey is he doesn't have a lot of range. He's not the guy that's going to like get really far over either side, but he's your Jeff Kent, but better. Like, he's going to be kind of solid. He's not going to be like quick.
Yeah. He's not going to be making a 20-foot diving stab, but that's fine. You know? Anyways, there's positives in light of that horrible stretch that they went through. And now, like you mentioned, you know, you got the Pirates coming into town, and then the Nationals. And I don't know if anybody's following what's been going on with the Nationals, but man, they started out hot at the beginning of the year. I don't know if you remember, but they were killing it. And it was like everybody in DC was like, oh man, the Nats are looking good this year, whatever. Now we've gotten to the point, it's the first week of August. They fired the manager, they fired the general manager. The whole team is in disarray, and they've just been playing terrible baseball. So
good news.
Perfect time for them to visit San Francisco, just chaos in the ranks, right? And it definitely, the Giants need to serve back what the Pirates gave them when the Pirates come to town.
Babe is saying they're going to win the wild card.
Interesting.
I think the Giants have the 7th easiest schedule remaining, apparently, according to the people that figure all that crap out.
Well, 7th.
7th out of 30 is pretty good. But they're playing the Pirates next. They miss Skeens again, and then they're playing the lowly Washington team. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if they win 5 out of 6. It wouldn't surprise me at all. Sweep the Pirates to pay back, and then maybe even sweep Washington. They could win all 6. We don't know, but they're going to need to make some moves closer, as the Padres and Dodgers have been losing, and then the Giants lose on the same day. It's like, but they've got to gain 2 or 3 games if they can as quick as possible while they're playing these weak teams. Absolutely. Hopefully the Padres play the Dodgers or something, so one of those 2 teams loses every night, and then we can make up some ground. And then we'll play the Padres 6 more times this year. So it is in our own hands. I think it's a lot to ask, but it isn't impossible, and I wouldn't rule it out by a long shot. My only question is Landon Roop going to return? Because if he's not, who's our 5th starter? We can't have Tang going over and over.
Yeah, it's been really quiet about Roop, but they said, no structural damage, and basically just needed a break. So we'll see what happens with that. I mean, I guess it depends on the next couple of games while he's still on the IL, what they're gonna, how it goes. If they start winning, if Roop can pitch, he's got to be back in the rotation 100%. I mean, he's been super dominant, and he keeps getting better every game. I feel like, and without him, it's a whole different team, basically. And I mean, this is the whole thing, like gaining ground on the Dodgers and the Padres. I mean, really, you're only looking at the Padres at this point. It's great to set your sights on the Dodgers, but you can't count on them, At least you can count on the Padres crumbling a little bit. And, look, this is my argument for the unbalanced schedule, is that teams control their destiny when they get to play more games against their division. Now that they play a lot less games against their division, less control of your destiny, certainly in your division. I mean, I don't know how much it affects a wild card, but if you're not playing the Dodgers 4 times a year and the Padres 4 times a year, like, you don't have a lot of opportunities to gain ground. You have to hope that they lose more than you win, So anyways, they're chasing the wild card. I mean, showing up and taking 2 out of 3 from the Mets, I think was a good statement series, right? And kind of showed everybody like, hey, we're not dead yet, right?
What was really nice about it too is my boy Carson Wisenhunt got his first win and looked really good out there. He's a left-hander with a big, I hate to say it because people are going to say it's blasphemy, but he's kind of fucking Bumgarner 2.0. He's like a big kid from North Carolina. I talked to him walking into the stadium last week. He's got the drawl and he's a sweetheart, but he's got that same kind of accent that Bumgarner, like, I can't even imitate it, but he's out there throwing heat, and then he's got that curveball. I think he does need eventually another pitch, but today he was working it really well. And this is what the Giants have as their advantage. Nobody's seen this guy. He's just coming in now. So, like, how people adjust, like people are like, oh, this guy hit us, but look at how he misses. So they adjust. Same with pitching. teams aren't going to have a lot of time to adjust to whatever they're seeing from WHIS. And a lot of these guys are, we're playing Washington 3 games, then we never see them again, that kind of style. So I'm excited for him as like a 5 starter. Verlander, your 4. You got Webb and Ray up top. And if Roop can come back to be the 3, the other dream, the Grateful Dead was in town, so I left town. But that whole miracle thing, what if we get a miracle and Birdsong comes back? Those are the whole like, maybe, right? Yeah. And it's possible Birdsong could snap back into it. And I mean, he's got all the talent. He just has to find the strike zone. If he works it out and he comes back, that'd be another huge lift. So there's a lot of stuff, whether we make the playoffs or not, that I'm excited about with this team, because I think we're going to see them playing their best brand of baseball in the last 2 months. I think Devers is going to get better and better every day, including next year and the year after. Like, we're going to be loving this guy. Everybody wants to talk shit right now, and they're like, oh, yeah, I heard that. He's going to get better. Let's see. Just watch. This is a great hitter, and he's got power, and he hits the ball too. So you're going to see a guy that we haven't seen in a while on this team. And Adames is playing good. Jung-Hoo Lee looks better. Chapman needs to find his rhythm again. He's kind of a little out of whack. But Casey Schmidt, but here's the wild card, guys. My boy, Grant McCray, is up. And I'm so excited to see him next week when the Giants come home. Yeah. I love this kid. I think having his speed is going to be huge. I think little things he does are going to go a long way. Yes, he's still striking out a little bit too much, but when he gets on base, he's already in the pitcher's head. He's so fast. He's phenomenal defense, and this is just exciting to watch. And I hate to say it, I do. I love Wilmer, but I don't think he should ever start a game again. I think he should be on the bench for the rest of the season. Yeah. I think we should have even Christian Koss playing occasionally, but Wilmer should just come off the bench. He's not an athlete, and this team needs to get more athletic and younger, and just the energy has to be just like, let's go. And I think that can carry him, for 2 months. I really believe it.
Yeah, no, you're spot on. And look, Devers has the 5th highest average exit velocity in all of baseball. So he hits balls harder than everybody but 4 other people, right? So, I mean, everybody was like, oh, he's struck out this many times and he's only, just let him get settled in, right? And, you mentioned Adames. Adames has been red hot. Now, here's the thing. Giants put up 12 runs today, and Adames went 0 for 5. So what does that tell you about this lineup? Guys stepped up. Guys got shit done.
6, 7, 8, 9, right? Like the bottom was doing it and stuff. So once we get contributions from everywhere, the pressure releases from like 3, 4, and 5. Those guys don't feel like they have to do it every time. They're like, oh shit, Casey Schmidt's hitting home runs? All right, let's go.
Yeah. Here's the other thing. I just wanted to look at this. So they were 6 for 10 with runners in scoring position today. Okay.
That's what we want to hear.
That's over 50% of the time with runners in scoring position, they got a hit. That has not happened all year, So, I mean, these are things, it's like, okay, small sample size, but I really do think that taking 2 out of 3 from the Mets in New York is a big deal. It's a big deal. And I think there'd be a lot of confidence gained by these guys feeling like they're back in the saddle after it's a rough stretch, man. I mean, it got really ugly there. And we weren't even coming on to do any live streams or wrap ups because it was just like, just not feeling the vibe at all. But they're bouncing back, and some new faces. And, I think as far as like, if Roop comes back, right, I still want to see Birdsong back, but I want to see him in the pen, because until he got put in the rotation this year, when he was pitching out of the bullpen, he was sharp, man. He was really strong coming out of the pen. The second they put him in the rotation, it was like, ooh, bright lights. I don't know what happened, because last year he pitched really good in the starting rotation, But this year, for some reason, it just didn't really have it. But out of the pen, he's definitely better than Bivens. You know, I'm going to take Birdsong over Bivens all day out of the bullpen, man. I take him over Lucchese out of the bullpen.
Well, that's something that we got to discuss, because the Giants did get rid of Camilo Doval and Rogers. And for all those Rogers haters out there, you know who you are. You're going to start appreciating him as you see the Giants 7th, 8th, and 9th innings moving forward. It's probably going to be torture. It's probably going to be a little tough, at the end. Randy Rodriguez looks great. Walker, as we know, hit or miss. He could come in and look amazing, or he could come in and shit the bed. You just never know what version you're going to see. Everyone else moving down. I mean, Gage is looking okay. Lucchese's looked pretty good. I like Lucchese's. He's been pretty solid. But here's the thing I wanted to address, since we're talking about relievers. And I hate being the guy that's attacking people, because everybody needs their job, and I'm not trying to do anything like that. But when the Giants DFA someone and that person does not get picked up by any other team in baseball, what does that tell you? I don't understand why you would drop somebody and nobody else picks them up, and then you put them back on your squad. It's like, dude, this guy's not that good, right? It's right. Like if your worst guy is the worst guy in baseball, because that's what you're saying, basically, your worst guy is not getting picked up. So right. I think the Giants really, in the offseason, maybe it's too late now, but in the offseason, they really need to look at their AAA team and the bottom of the barrel of their top team and figure out, do we want to keep going with these guys? Is Wade Meckler ever going to be on the team? Where's Wisely sit? Is Sean Jelly still just the tallest pitcher in baseball but has nothing else to offer us? Like, what are we talking about here? So we need to, it's sad to say, but bye. And I mean, sadness in the air for Christian, especially, both of us big fans, but the Angels DFA'd Lamont Wade Jr., and that was that's heavy. So a lot of stuff's going on, but I do think the Giants, here's two things that I'm taking away from my weekend. The Giants' top is looking better, like their top guys. I think Adames is here. Devers is about to get here. And I like what I'm seeing in the farm. I like the AAA guys. I like the AA guys. And I like a couple of the guys down in San Jose, Dakota Jordan, Maui Ahuna. There's some guys that are starting to have a name that I think the next year's top 100 prospect list might see more Giants in it than we've seen in the last year or two. Yeah. That's exciting. Yeah. I mean, that's our future.
Yeah, and that's not even mentioned.
Drew Gilbert, I mean, come on, he looks really good.
Yeah, and that's not even mentioning Eldridge, right? So this is the thing, is that Farhan decimated the farm. Okay.
True.
The only guys that were major league worthy as prospects that he brought in, I think Patrick Bailey was one of them, those guys have already gotten in, and it's very few. The rest of the guys that he brought in, they're 4A guys, if that. Meckler's is he even AAA worthy? I mean, Jelly's just a mess. He's got all the personal issues, and he's just not good unless there's a 6-run deficit or a 6-run lead. Otherwise, he's just terrible. And some of these guys, I don't know why. I mean, you pointed it out. Why in the hell do you bring a guy back into the organization that all 29 other teams said, we're not claiming him? What is, like you said, what does that say? Either the guy's radioactive, and just a problem, or he just sucks, and hey, I don't play Major League Baseball. I don't even pretend to know how hard it is to play this game for 162 games in a year. I'm sure it puts a tremendous strain on your system, but that's why the elite guys are the elite guys. And then there's guys that just don't belong there. Right. It's like, it reminds me of like skateboarding back when, you'd show up the vert ramp. It's just a heated session, bunch of pros. It's like, I don't think I'm really going to get in this. I think I'm going to kind of sit on the sidelines and just, I don't want to get in here and screw this up. But they got guys in there screwing it up. So, yeah, I think Buster's they're going to have to do some real work on bringing in some prospects, going into the foreign draft and the international pool and trying to bring in a bunch of players, man. I mean, I love seeing the multicultural flavor with the Dominican guys and the Venezuelan guys and the whole squad, the Giants being very sort of widespread in terms of where guys come from and the flavor that they bring. It's a great mix. I think these guys all click. I think it's good. I think they just need to play better baseball. And, there have been distractions, right? I mean, the distraction of Verlander not getting a win until the second half, that's a distraction, right? Dudes are pressing. And I think they've had a lot of injuries to deal with. And, every team has difficulties throughout the year, but the Giants had probably more than their fair share a little bit, So, yeah, it's not, look, if they don't make the playoffs, they are going to finish over 500 at the very least. And I think everybody can be happy about that because nobody expected it. I'm always the guy that wants to see him in the postseason every year, of course, but realism dictates otherwise sometimes, but I do like what Buster's done this year, his first year. I think he's made some big moves. He's swung his nuts around a little bit and let people know, like, hey, we're serious in San Francisco again. We're not playing these games anymore. We're going after the big fish, right? So I'll take it.
Yeah, I think there's a lot to learn, right? This is his first year. He's on the fly learning, but he's also utilizing his network. He's also utilizing his brain and his experience from playing. So he has the upper hand on some people just by being Buster Posey. But he's got a lot to learn still too. And he needs time, even if he didn't have to learn anything, to fix a mess that was left for him. So let's give him a chance. I think that it's pretty clear that what he's doing is looking at his team and saying, what's our weakness? Well, one of them is that we strike out too much. So what am I going to do? I'm going to get guys that hit the ball. I'm going to get high percentage contact hitters. And the guy, I forget his name, Levine or Elvine or whatever his name is, the first round draft pick, total contact hitter. Drew Gilbert, they just traded and got Drew Gilbert, contact hitter. The guy from the Yankees that they got, that's like a catcher, third baseman, Jesus Gonzalez, he's a contact hitter. He's been hitting 300 through every step of the way. So these are the kind of guys that are going to help kind of like, all right, we're going to have some guys that strike out, but we can't have our whole team striking out. So we need some guys. It's a Luis Arias. You and I have been talking Luis Arias since we started this podcast, and we need a guy like that on the team. Jung-Hoo Lee looked like he could be that guy. He's been kind of up and down. I do want to say it's his first season, basically full season. So I'm a big Jung-Hoo Lee fan. I have his jersey. I love the energy that he brings to the stadium, the fans, himself, his charisma, his play in the outfield, all of it. I back it. I think in time he's going to get better.
Of course. And, look, we saw it the first 2 months and change of the season. He was just tearing it up. And then something happened, and then he was just, his swing got all out of whack, and his approach at the plate got all out of whack, and he went on a prolonged slump. But it seems like he's come out of it now, and he's starting to really get, he had 4-hit game, and it's going to be better. So I think, there's always up and down the lineup, you're going to have guys that are going through something, The trick is only have 1 or 2 guys that are going through something and everybody else is clicking,
Yeah. What's up, Coleman?
Justin Turner saved the Cubs. How so? What happened? Walk off?
JT? Are you trying to say Tucker? I don't think you're saying Turner, are you? You mean Tucker. Tucker saved the Cubs. Looking at the box score today, I noticed somebody that we haven't been talking about, and that's Elliot Ramos. The guy made a horrible play, and he was on blast for the infield fly rule. But let's not forget that this is one of our best hitters. He's got power. He's batting 268. Today he was 2 for 4 with 2 runs, an RBI, a walk. He does strike out, but his percentage, I'm guessing, is less than some of the other guys. I'm not on ship Ramos team. I'm on let's keep Ramos. But what I think might be interesting, and I read this elsewhere too, so it's not just my opinion, but I do think it would be interesting to play McCray in right and Matos in left and have Elliott DH sometimes. So you can give Grant and Matos more opportunity to say sink or swim. And then Ramos gets out of the field, which sometimes he looks a little wonky out there. So maybe if you give him a couple of days off his feet and just only hitting, that can keep him fresh. And then also, I think that putting guys on the bench puts a little fire under them to like want to perform better next time they get that opportunity. Yeah. So I think that could help a lot. But I really would love to see Grant and Jung-Hoo Lee side by side for like a while to get their chemistry and then see how fast and dynamic that defense would be, whether it's right center or left center. And then it's like a coin flip. I think you agree with the coin flip of who's better defensively, Ramos or Matos. I think they both have their strengths and weaknesses, and I wouldn't say one is really better than the other necessarily.
Yeah, well, it's hard to judge Matos since he's had so little playing time compared to Ramos. And I think the issue with Ramos is just that his poor defensive routes and some of the base running miscues that he made was starting to overshadow the fact that he is a really good hitter. He's one of their better hitters, you know. So everybody was screaming for him to be traded at the deadline after that horrendous game that he had. And it's like, really? That's a little impulsive, you know? Like, this guy was an all-star last year. He's having a little bit of a down year this year, but it's not terrible. He hasn't bottomed out. And, you know, sometimes guys' heads get out of the game and they got to kind of get wired back in somehow, you know? And it totally looked like, on the one hand, his lackadaisical defense, he's just kind of lazy and not really putting it together. He's just dumb, you know, all the shit that people were saying. And I think it's focus. You know, baseball is a game of focus and it's hyper focus, and you have to be locked in all the time, you know. And I think maybe for whatever reason, he just wasn't entirely locked in. I do think that he's a little bit of a defensive liability, but certainly not as bad as some other people they could put out there, right? And I like the idea of him coming, you know, maybe DHing on days when Devers at first. So you have both their bats in the lineup, right? And then when Devers is the DH, then Ramos moves back out to the outfield and you keep both their bats in all the time, you know? But I do, the idea of McCray playing right and Lee playing center, think about how much narrower Triple's alley gets for the opposing team.
100%.
Right? I mean, with the speed that those guys have and the quality of their gloves, I mean, hey, you know, like you start cutting down some run scoring opportunities for other teams, which is great, you know.
Yeah, so that leaves us to the elephant in the room, which is the catcher position. We got Patrick Bailey starting to kind of do a little bit better. Today, he got an RBI. I think he was 1 for 5, 2 runs and 2 RBIs. He's batting 209. The league average is about 245 right now. So if Patrick Bailey could get up to like 220, 225, something like that, I think with his defense, you can, especially if you got the other 8 guys rolling, I think you can live with that. The backup catcher is a concern, but I'm curious to see if we're going to see this guy from the Yankees sooner than later. I think Buster's really high on him. A lot of Yankees fans think the Giants got fleeced. But the first night they saw Doval, they might have changed their mind a little bit. I love Camilo Doval. Forever, I love Camilo Doval. But I'm excited because when I heard Manias talk about that move, first thing he said was Buster was really excited about this catcher. Now, when a catcher like Buster is excited about another catcher, I know it's mostly the bat. I don't think his defense is anywhere near Bailey's, but that's exciting. I think you get a guy that can hit as the backup catcher. You've been preaching this all year. We need either a defensive guy or an offensive guy. Bailey's he's obviously the defensive guy, so the backup guy should be able to hit. That's what this guy's going to do, so he can pinch hit in late innings and be useful when he's not playing, right? If you got a defensive guy on the bench, it's kind of like, what are we doing with this? So I'm excited, man. I want to see Drew Gilbert by the end of the year. I want to see this, what's his name? Jesus Gonzalez by the end of the year. And I think we're going to see the pitcher too, Tidwell, by the end of the year. These are like little glimpses of 2026, unless we're right in the zone where it's like, here we go. We got to try to make, in the back of my mind, I still keep saying we're playing the Rockies the last 3 games of the year. If we're within anything, that's a huge help for us. I think the Padres are playing the Dodgers like either the last or second to last series. So
that's going to be spicy. That's going to be a spicy series, man.
Yeah.
Because the last time they collided, it got ugly. And I love it. I love seeing those guys go for each other's throats and beating each other, the whole, and now that Sideshow Bob is a Boston Red Sox.
Unbelievable. Right? I was like, what? And then the Dodgers traded for our guy. They got James Tibbs, and they got rid of James Outman, my Redwood City brethren, Sarah Padre. A lot of shit happened. Holy smokes. It was kind of fun finally. Baseball did a lot in a short period of time. That's what we've been wanting, right? We're sick of this, we wanted ta, 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 ta. And it was like, if you're looking at Twitter or MLB trade rumors or whatever you're looking at for your feed, you're like, this is, this guy's moving. And then at, 3:00 was the deadline. Nothing had happened for the Giants. And then they're all of a sudden, wait. And there's 2 moves. And they're like, Camilo's been traded to the Yankees. What? For who? Please be Spencer Jones. It was just
or Ben Rice would have been a good return,
But it was fun regardless.
It was totally fun. And forever Giant Carlos Correa back to the Houston Astros pending a physical.
And then he hit a home run today.
Pending a physical, yeah. So anyways, it was a crazy deadline. I think, I could be wrong, but I think there was a lot more action at the deadline this year because after next year, it could have the work stoppage. And so guys are trying to load up. Teams are trying to load up. So they got, especially look at how many players that are under team control got traded. A lot, not a lot of guys in their walk years get traded. So that tells you something. But it was a little bit exciting. The whole catcher thing, I want to see Bailey splits right-handed versus left-handed because you said he's a 204 hitter, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he said, so if he's a 204 hitter,
or 209, it says
209. Okay, so if he's doing that switch hitting, you take away the right side splits. I would like to know what it is because I think it's probably a little higher, and I'm just going to keep banging that drum, beating that dead horse. He's got to stop hitting right-handed.
I think also it's just less to prepare. You don't have to swing from both sides. It's just less to focus on. You're the catcher. You have so much you're dealing with, calling the game and trying to figure out all this stuff. just bat with one, just go up and know which way you're going to bat.
Yeah.
Eddie just calls it like he thinks
Boom.
it, you know?
Yeah, between the right hand
light and everybody sucks.
switch hitting and torpedo bats is like, you know, alcohol and night swimming. Come on, man. But yeah, I mean, look, Kisner's been okay as a backup, right? He's been better than.
I like the kid, but I think we can do better.
Yeah, we can do better. So this guy coming in from the Yankees, you know, could be the real deal. And
Tom Murphy's supposed to be getting healthy like in the next week or so.
I thought he was going to have a C-section and an epidural and whatever else they could do to his nether regions, man. Dude's what has he played? 7 games in 3 years?
It's like Blake Snell. He pitched 2 games all season, and then he comes back and he loses. And we're like, B Snell or Snellzy or whatever you call yourself. Your boy B Snell be smelling up that joint, man.
be smelling.
But have you looked at the River Cats, the San Francisco Giants AAA team, the Sacramento River Cats? If you look at their roster, they have Thomas Gavello, Sam Huff, Zach Morgan, Logan Porter, Jesus Rodriguez, Max Stassi. They have 6 catchers on their roster. That's your backup catcher concern.
Amazing. Yeah, and think that like the guy who just came in is probably the best candidate to take that job, right?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I haven't seen him, but from what I've heard, you know, we have to see these guys. I really like to see them in person. I feel like when I went to San Jose today, some of these guys were really small. And I was like, I don't know if this guy is ever going to make the pros. Like, this is a small guy. And 18 or 19, how much bigger is he going to get? You know, like, I'm not talking about thin. I'm talking about short.
Yeah.
So,
well, you know, if you're going to draft a bunch of Keebler elves like Meckler, then that's what you're going to get, right?
Yeah.
I think that the next time we see Eldridge, he's going to start to fill out a little bit, get a little more muscular. He's not going to be so lanky. You know, he's not going to look like Sean Jelly with the, it's like beanpole man. But yeah, it's cool that you getting to see the minor leaguers and get to see the guys that are on the come up, you know, if they are. It's cool. I mean, it's such a long process for guys to go through all that to make it to the major leagues. You think about like how many dudes fall off before they don't even reach AA or AAA.
We were talking about that at the game. I was like, a lot of these kids right here will never go further.
Yep. They might end up with the Savannah Bananas, which would be fine.
Apparently they sell out.
Yeah. But yeah, it's crazy. I mean, it's just one of those things. It's like you got to be that good and that much better than the next guy just to have a shot, right? And so, I mean, I don't know. There's guys that just love the game. They're going to play at whatever level they can, as long as they can. Good for them, you know.
Brock Lesnar. Yeah, well, looking at the next 3 games, I thought we were going to see, but we're not. Mr. Skeens pitched yesterday or something. He's not pitching against us. I think we have to go in to Pittsburgh and come out with my broom behind me. That's what I want to see.
I would love to see that. I mean, you know, every time I see Andrew McCutcheon, I'm like, damn. So I love that guy. He's one of my all-time favorite players. And he was a giant
full of water that the guy jumps in and he never gets old.
Yeah, something. I don't know. This could be his last year, but there's just something about that guy. And we only had him in San Francisco for not even a full season, right? And the impact that he had was amazing. You know?
He's a baseball player, 100%. Like,
he's a dude.
He does everything, yeah.
He's a dude. So, but all that being said, yeah, the Giants got to go in there and they got to kick some ass. They got to clean house and just do it. Just hang a bad one on the Pirates. Because the Pirates aren't as good as they played the Giants last week. And the Giants aren't as bad as they played the Pirates last week.
It's more like that. The Giants are definitely not as bad as they played them last week. And these guys have a lot of pride. They remember it wasn't that long ago. It was just a week ago that they got swept. So they're licking their chops like, hey, we got to make this right, guys. Yeah. And they just beat the Mets. Pittsburgh's not that far of a flight from New York. They get in and they say, let's go. Yeah. Let's go. Verlander, you need another win. We're scoring runs now. Boom. Got that monkey off the shoulder. Who's next? Who wants up? Yeah. Let's go. Is it going to be Carson Seymour and a bunch of guys, or are we going to have, what are we going to do? I don't know, but let's go. Let's score runs. Let's not put so much pressure on the pitching and keep it going.
Yeah. Got to be like Jesse the Body Ventura in Predator when he untarps the minigun. Payback time.
Payback time. That's right. And just never forget that Rafael Devers is a dude.
Rafael Devers is a dude.
The fastest so far tonight. It's the last swing to Devers and a strikeout. Rafael Devers. His third.
Rafael Devers is a dude. Rafael Devers is a dude. He's a dude.
That's right. He's a dude. I got to add today's bomb to that highlight reel. Yeah, I'm excited about Rafael Devers. I know a lot of people are waiting to jump on the bandwagon, but I've been there since day one, and I can't wait for him to come home, hit his first splash hit so I can go down to the dugout and buy his jersey. I've been claiming I got to wait for it to happen, but I will do it when it happens.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we know you're good for it. And, listen, he's got to be probably he's got a half a bag of Red Man in his cheek, right? I love that.
Such a wad.
That's huge. It's I don't think they didn't outlaw tobacco, right? They just kind of frowned on it. But there's guys.
I'm not exactly sure the how that works.
Yeah, because I don't know about you, man, but I can't eat those sunflower seeds more than a handful. My lips, everything just gets salted, pickled, horrible. How can you do that?
Yeah.
So. Yeah, there it is. The San Jose Giants are dudes. For sure, minor leaguers are dudes.
This guy is a dude right here. Dakota Jordan, San Jose Giant. Remember, write this name down. This guy's moving up. This guy's going to go to Eugene. He's going to go to Richmond, and then he's going to come back to Sacramento. I think he can make even the pros, but this guy's going to move around. You're going to see Dakota Jordan. He's a dude.
How old is that kid? 21, 22?
No, it does say. So 22. Wow. He was born in 2003. Canton, Mississippi, same state as Buster Posey. Coincidence? You decide.
Wait, I thought Buster was from Peachtree, Georgia.
Is he? He might be. I might have blown that one. I thought he was
Mississippi, Georgia. Who's counting?
Yeah, the South. They're
it's all the same out there.
Eddie says he's a dude. Wouldn't you like to be a dude too? Be a dude. I'm a dude. He's a dude. You're a dude. We're a dude. Wouldn't you like to be a dude too?
There it is.
Well, tomorrow, what? Eastern time, I'm guessing the games are 4:30.
4 o'clock.
I love getting off work and a game's already waiting for me when I get home. The momentum's going our way. The unfortunate thing is the Padres are playing the Diamondbacks. I just found out, so that might not be to our advantage. But I did see the Diamondbacks whoop the Athletics yesterday. And I don't know what that means anymore, because everyone tells me the Athletics have this great team and they're better 1-26 than the Giants and blah, blah, blah. But they can't win. So I don't know what that means. But the Diamondbacks, they smoked them.
Well, you have to make the distinction between a great team and great individual performances. Because they have players who put in great individual performances,
Okay.
but as a team, the thing doesn't function correctly, right? I mean, they got some incredible players, and it's like they, on paper, should be much better than they are, right? I mean, this is like the whole thing with dickhead Carlos Beltran when he came to the Giants in, what was it, 2011, right? And he came in and he was just like, he hit a lot of 2-out doubles. He padded his average. Bochy pulled him at the end of the last game of the season to retain his 300 batting average, right? And then he pissed and moaned about there weren't enough good players around him in the lineup. And then they shipped him out. They didn't re-sign him. And look what happened. The following year, the Giants win the World Series. So, you know, it's like you can have individual performances that are great, but if it's not a team effort that comes together and is productive in a way that scores runs and wins ball games, who cares how good the individuals are, you know? And I think that's what we've seen, like just in this Mets series, the shifting of where the offense was coming from, where the clutch hitting was coming from, up and down the lineup. It's not just the same guy every game, right? And that's what you need. Right.
That's what a team does, right? They pick you up at your lowest, and then you pick them up when they're low, and everybody gets hyped off each other because they know that if they make one mistake, somebody else is going to help out, and that's how the team just goes. Hey, look, if you're a dude, if you're really a dude, get down and hit the like button and hit subscribe. We need people hitting the like button. Apparently, that's how YouTube knows that we're on the air or whatever. And if you subscribe, you're going to get notified when our next shows are and stuff. So it's a win-win situation. You win, we win, everybody wins, and we're all dudes.
Yeah. And it's all free for the time being. So
yeah, it's free. It's free.
We ain't charging nobody nothing.
It's free. You know what I got? Hey, I got to share this. Share and tell. Last Giants game, they finally came in. I was a dude. Went there, the popcorn bat, baby. Free refills for the rest of the season.
Wow. How much does that set you back?
$29.
$29 for half a season of popcorn? Not bad. Not bad.
Not bad. That's what I said. And you get
the
bat.
They need to make that thing hold beer.
See, there's a sticker on it that says this does not hold fluid.
Of course not, because everybody in the place would be like, "Ah!"
It's not gonna stop the drunks. Once he got 3 Coors Lights in them, they're gonna start pouring those things in there.
That would have been me in like 1983, but not now. Not now. Well, shit, man. It's I like what happened today. I like what happened on Friday, and gotta keep it rolling. Got to keep it rolling.
Wednesday we can go whatever time because it's a 10:30 morning game. So we'll check our schedules later, and we'll try to get the notification up as early as possible so it lets everybody know what time. Usually we're somewhere between 5 and 6, but it just depends. Sometimes Christian's got things going. Sometimes I got things going. And sometimes we're just anxious to get on and want to get on right after the game's over. So we'll stay posted, but that's why you subscribe. That way you just get notified the minute we tell you where and when you're there. And we'll just keep growing. Giants are going to keep winning. And 85, 86 wins. That's what I said, and I'm sticking by it. What are we at? 50. What's our record before we go off the air? With 56 or something?
Yeah, something like that. We're getting there.
What are we at here? Giants 56 and 56. So 56 and 56. What's that? 112?
112. So there's 50 games. 50
games left. If they go 525 would make it 81. So they just need to go 4 games above 500 the rest of the way. They got that.
That'll meet your prediction.
Yep. Done, son.
Yep.
Done.
So I'm curious, how many of the wild card teams above the Giants are they playing from now till the end of the year? Ballpark.
Well, you want to see what I can do is I can pull up the schedule right here. And we got the Pirates next. The wild card teams would be the Padres for 3. Are we including American League or just National League?
Just the National League.
Okay,
So-
because we got Padres 2 series, Brewers 1 series, and then in September we got Cardinals, Dodgers again, Cardinals again. So 4 in September and I think 3 in August. 1, 2, 3. Oh no, we got the Cubs too. So yeah, 4. Basically 4 and 4. We got 8 series against contenders in the National League. We also got Tampa and Baltimore and some American League teams mixed in there.
Yeah, because the teams that are ahead of the Giants and wild cards: Cubs, Mets, Padres, Reds.
Right. And we
So
might
that's-
have passed the Red, or no, we didn't. We're still behind.
No, the Reds are actually 4 games over 500 right now, which should make Curtis happy. Although he seemed pretty unhappy today when he was texting.
Did not seem happy at all.
Well, he didn't get to watch the game today because it was some ESPN racetrack, whatever stupid thing it was going on. So his Cincinnati Redlegs were unavailable on the MLB TV app.
I was hyped on the racetrack for the simple fact that the Reds had the checkerboard in their hat. The helmet of the catcher had the checkerboard down the middle and the sides had the numbers. I think like that shit can sell big time. I think it's smart. They have the biggest attendance in the history of baseball and they're doing a crossover. Everyone in fucking America is a goddamn NASCAR fan. I mean, if you spit tobacco, you like NASCAR. If you drink beer, you like NASCAR. Like Budweiser and NASCAR together again. These guys are going to start buying some. It's pretty smart, I think. I don't understand the. And also, I was telling my wife, Tennessee was the location, and that's like the number 1 location for an expansion team. If there's expansion teams, Nashville is like the number 1 city. I think they already built the stadium.
Yeah, crazy. And Seattle or Portland was building a stadium too, I think.
Senior's talking about recruiting, guys.
Yeah.
Senior, you missed out, bro. I was showing everybody. Senior sighting, Sacramento, California. The Oakland Athletics versus the Diamondbacks. Senior's son could be seen in the outfield catching fly balls during batting practice.
I like that. What's that shirt?
Which
like
one?
It's like the Cincinnati Sea, but is that a California Angels thing? What is that?
It looks like the Cincinnati Red Sea, right?
It is.
I
but
bet
there's an
it's
A in
some
it, so-
Davis thing. I bet it's his like kids little league.
Oh yeah. He'll have to.
I don't know,
tell
but
us.
it's made by Adidas. We got the national championship sports in the hat. Maybe they coincide.
You know what cracks me up, because I listen to a lot of the games.
Oh,
know?
you're saying UC Davis.
And sick. The sponsorship of every aspect of the game now is just insane. Like John Miller's like, well, this is the Taco Bell second inning, and the 21st out was brought to you by 21st Amendment beer.
Yeah.
And you got the Habas Law mound visit, and you
Right.
got the speedy oil change for the pitching change, and
You got the Burger King flyover.
you get the Hawaiian Airlines broadcast booth. I mean, man, it's just stacked with. It's crazy. I got to compile a list of all that. I mean, I'm surprised, like the splash hit. I mean, yeah, it's Levi's Landing, but there isn't like this splash hit brought to you by Marine World in Redwood City, California. It's no longer there. Now it's in Vallejo.
The Giants' 20th pick is going to skip signing with the Giants to go to UC Davis. Damn. Hey, the Dodgers had Oral Hershiser and Steve Sachs play for the same team. Oral Sachs. Wow. There you go.
That's incredible.
You know what? Speaking of Steve Sachs, Senior got Steve Sachs' autograph on a ball last night, and he inscribed 82 ROTY Rookie of the Year, because Steve Sachs does announcing for the Athletics up there. He lives in Sacramento, apparently.
Wow, interesting. Hey,
Yep.
was that Valkyries game fiasco in the city the other night, or was that at the other team's?
What's a Valkyrie?
Yeah, exactly.
Are you talking about that thing that Glenn flew to Chicago to watch?
What I want to know is who.
I don't know what you're talking about. What happened? I know who the Valkyries are.
Okay, Valkyries game the other night. Somebody in the stands chucked a giant green sex aid onto the court.
I saw that. And some guy ran down and grabbed it and asked one of the girls to sign it.
No.
Unbelievable. WNBA.
Things are
Nothing
getting, it's getting spicy in the WNBA. Chick fights and dildos being thrown.
Don't you think Chick-fil-A should sponsor? Chick-fil-A? Come on. It's too easy.
The Chick-fil-A tip-off.
Hey, I'll tell you something about since we're talking about Senior a little bit, I'll tell you a few things that I really picked up at the stadium. One thing is similar to when I go to San Jose. I told my wife tonight when we were there, I go to baseball to relax, and baseball helps me relax. And when I'm in a stadium like Sacramento or San Jose, you relax even more. There's less people. I mean, I told you the weather was so hot that like my joints felt good. My body feels good. We were in primetime seats, so I had a waiter coming to me every 3 seconds saying, "You need another Pepsi? You want an ice cream?" I had a mint chip It's-It down there. I'm getting like hot dogs, nachos, the whole thing. It was amazing. But here's my question, and I think I have the answer. But is Fisher such a name we can't use on broadcast television that's why the attendance? In other words, I'm looking at Sacramento as a good sports, fan base. They probably love baseball. They got the River Cats there, but they've never had a pro team. And then the Athletics come in and they don't fill up the stadium constantly. They get pretty good crowds, but it's not like it should just be sold out every game. And to me, the answer is this guy won't put Sacramento on any of the merchandise. He's putting the bridge on there. He's doing this and that. But like, why on earth would he not do that? Like, I want an explanation for why you're playing in Sacramento and you're not using their city's name. You're pissing off at least 50% of the fan base. Why wouldn't you just say, hey, we're Sacramento until we go to Vegas. That's fine. And we're going to make tons of Sacramento merchandise and hype up the city and get people to buy a bunch of stuff and make money. Like, it makes no sense.
Yeah. I mean, you think about the number of people who buy the gear of a team that's in a place that they're from or a place that they love, and they don't care about that sport, but they buy the gear anyway. Right. So that's a missed opportunity. But the thing that's problematic is like Fisher's just treating Sacramento as an Airbnb for his baseball team until Vegas is ready, which may never happen. Right. And at that point, then what are you going to do? You're going to go out and where they were going to build the third Arco Arena and they dug a big hole in the ground. You got to build a ballpark out there, out past the coffin banks and where the old Arco Arena is still. The building's still sitting there, I think. So the professional baseball experience does not exist in Sacramento because you got a major league team playing in a minor league park. That's it. It's not when you walk into Oracle or any other major league stadium around baseball, it's like hallowed ground. You walk in and it's huge, and the everything about that experience, it's a big deal. It's a big deal when you're a kid. It's a big deal when you're an adult. So you go into SAC and it's like, this is a major league team, but it doesn't have a major league vibe, right?
Well, look at our hats. What do they say? We're representing the city when we wear these hats. It's a baseball hat, but we're representing San Francisco. And that's what has to happen for everybody. You think those dumb blue hats that have the LA in them, people don't wear those just for baseball. They rep the city with those.
Yep.
And Sacramento deserves that respect. That's all I'm saying. And if you can't respect it, get the hell out and go to some other city for your time until, if you're going to Airbnb, go to Portland, see how that is, go somewhere else. Like, I think cities should just be like, dude, we don't want you. You stink. Like I love the A's and their history, but what this owner has been doing has just been putting so much salt in really good fans' mouths. And it's really tragic. I just wish he would sell the team. I think so much good could happen if he would just sell the team to somebody that's all in on what the vibe should be. That's just my 2 cents.
Yeah, it's Fisher kind of taints the legacy of the A's. I mean, the Athletics were once in Kansas City, and then they came out west, and they ended up in Oakland, and they were a huge part of Oakland culture for decades, right? So you strip that away from Oakland, which is already shitty, and then you take it to Sacramento, and then you sort of disrespect the city that you're in, shitty too, right? So there's going to be a karmic balancing in the universe at some point for all that, but he's by far the worst owner in the major leagues. There's nobody even close.
One highlight for me, and this is something I think the Giants do poorly, is the 7th inning, 6th inning, in between inning entertainment. The A's have the 3 Raleigh fingers. I don't know who the other 2 guys are, but the big heads, and they run and race kind of like the Wieners in Milwaukee.
Right.
And the lady next to us, she's like, my daughter is one of them. And we're like, which one she's like, I don't know. Cause they're all wearing white pants and they have the huge thing on. And she's like, all I know is I told her, this is a woman's world. Take those dudes out by the legs and run to the finish line. I was like, that's so sick.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So I saw your picture of Stompy. I thought Stompy was dead.
Apparently he's back. Stomper, domper, romper, boo. He was running around doing his dance and whatever. Yeah, I don't know. He definitely wasn't at the Hall of Fame celebration for Lucille.
Yeah, I thought they had completely ditched all that. So Eric's in the house.
Eric's in the house, top billing. We're just talking about Sacramento and the Athletics disrespect that the Fishers are giving Sacramento. Although Davis's finest, Senior, is telling us if they had a stadium, they'd fill it. They can't fill the AAA ballpark, but they would fill a stadium. I think you got to prove one thing to get to the next thing. That's my thought. But I think that if you got rid of the A's and brought in Sacramento's own, I think that would be the vibe. You could light the beam. It could connect to the stadium over the bridge. It's like a, what are those things called? A rainbow. It's a rainbow from the basketball arena to the baseball field, and it's light the rainbow.
Well, yeah, and it's on the other end of the rainbow is the pot of gold. You got all the history with Sacramento, Sutter's Mill, the first gold discovery in California that spurred a massive migration of people who thought they were going to get rich, and they all just ended up starving to death.
At the end of the rainbow,
there's some kind of an allegory in there that I'll put it together at some point. But yeah. Oh, man. Wednesday morning baseball, afternoon live stream. We're hoping to kick some Buccaneer ass in the next couple of days.
Word for treasure. I think it's booty.
Booty is right.
So tomorrow is, let's see, I think I already announced it, but my memory is not so good. Who is it? Oh, it's Verlander, right? Tomorrow's Verlander.
We got Verlander.
Yeah.
So by my math, if Roop comes off the IL and back into the rotation, it would be sometime around next Thursday, Friday. We'll see what happens.
Who's good? What's that?
I think Roop's eligible to come off the IL Thursday or Friday, maybe. So we'll see what happens.
Okay.
We'll see what happens. Eric's asking us for a prediction. They're going to win the series, 100%.
A prediction for what?
The Pittsburgh series.
Oh, they're going to sweep. 100% they're sweeping.
I say for sure they win the series.
What happened is you missed my breakdown, but basically the Giants' memory might not be good, but it's not that bad. They just got swept by this team a week ago. It's fully in their brain. They lost one of their best friends, Tyler Rogers, and one of their other best friends, Yaz. These guys love those two guys. I'll tell you this, like Webb and Chapman hung out with those guys all the time. These players know they're responsible for those trades. They're going into Pittsburgh to whip some booty. Devers is a dude. We already know that. He's going to go off. Adames is going off. Casey Schmidt's going off. Cucamongo's going off because Casey Schmidt's going off. Bailey's going to start dabbling with this. Do you remember who I am? I'll get a hit here and there and score some ribbies. The pitching is going to rebound. Lou Casey is going to continue to be the lefty we never thought we had. And Randy Rodriguez, all-star Randy Rodriguez, is going to start saving games. And it's going to be fun to watch. We're going to have some entertainment because my friend Grant McCray is going to be running wild. This is a fast dude that makes exciting plays in the field and can steal you a base when he's on. Bunting, hitting the left side, whatever it takes. It's on. It's on. 85, 86 wins, Eric. You know I said that before the season started, and just like everybody else, I'm holding on to my prediction.
Yeah. I'm definitely going for the series win, and like you say, look, we've been waiting for Grant McCray to crack in and stay in since we did the interview with him last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
And dude, he's got the proper vibe, he's got the proper swag, and it's really just about getting that bat going and just trying to limit the number of strikeouts. Because he starts getting up there with a good high on base percentage. Look out, man! It's going to be like he's going to run wild. He's going to run wild.
Yeah, like this.
Hey, this is Grant McCray. You're listening to Skaters on Baseball.
High drive.
Nice fly ball out. McCray swings. He bounced one.
McCray hammers one. Deep into right center field. High drive. Right field. Out of here. Oh, my goodness.
Dude, when that crowd gets roaring, man, there ain't nothing like it.
It's roaring. There's nothing like it. And Skaters on Baseball still exists. I love it.
That's right. Well, cool. Should we call it a night? And
Yep, we'll do this.
It's psyched up. There it is.
Your call. Thanks for joining, everybody. See you Wednesday after the Giants sweep the Pirates. I'll have my friend, Mr. Broom, right here, and we'll talk about what it's going to be like to come home and give the fans redemption after what they did last time at home. They got some stuff to do on the field. The fans want more, and they're going to give it. So watch Devers. I'm predicting next homestand, Devers hits a splash hit. That's my prediction, and I got Pirates getting swept. Until then, he's Christian, I'm Schmitty, and this is the Forever Giants podcast, and we are out of here. Bye for now.